Joining me here is Chris Charla. Chris, great to see you.
How's it going? Good to see you.
Always wearing your ID at Xbox. You must have a lot of those.
I have a lot of these.
I was going to say, it's like every time I see you, it's like in the black ID, but a proud member of the Xbox
absolutely.
family. So we were just talking to the Double Fine guys who do a lot of indie titles. ID at Xbox continues to support a lot of big games, a lot of titles in the Xbox press conference. So let's get through some of that. First of all, big news, Cuphead. It's getting a DLC, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so tell us about that. It's a new playable character?
Yeah, Miss Chalice and is going to be great. And I don't know how much the team has said, but she's going to be a great character to play, especially if you struggled a little bit with Cuphead or Mugman. I think this new character is going to be one that you really want to play with. And,
yeah, we're looking at some of
and you get a whole new island to explore, all new characters, and new pickups, like new items you can earn and power-ups and everything. So super stoked about this one.
Yes, Chalice, that's amazing. Well, it's so beautiful. And that game, won a ton of awards last year, at Game Awards and other ceremonies. An amazing story with the guys at Studio MDHR.
Yeah.
And you were, you guys were a big part of that success, working with those guys and supporting them. So that's
and you know what's great about these guys is that we first debuted them on stage at E3 and just this little snippet in our montage, and then grew from there to being like, now it's like, this is a game people are going to be talking about in 20 years. And it's just so cool to be just a tiny part of that journey with the studio.
No, and he said it's one of those things when anyone sees the footage, they're like, wow, I haven't seen that before. So no, we're so excited about those guys. They're going to be here later this week at E3 doing a little workshop on how they do animation in the game. And it's an amazing story. So let's take a look at ID at Xbox overall for E3. Press conference, briefing, lots of games in there.
Yeah.
For you, what were some of the big ID at Xbox moments? Because you guys do a great job now as you don't even necessarily identify something as ID at Xbox.
That's right. Yeah, when we first started ID, we put the games together at the briefing so people could kind of understand, that these are all the independent games. And now, like, the games are so good, they just, we still have a montage where we put a lot of great games together, but, like, the games just stand on their own. Yeah. So like Session is a game that's coming through ID at Xbox.
Have these guys here,
and but we don't need to say like this is an indie game. It's just like this is a rad game. It's going to be super awesome. And what I actually love about our briefing is I feel like it's just really inclusive. We want tons of games. I think we showed 50 games on stage. We want like every kind of different developer. So we showed Tunic, which is by one person, Dicey, which is like that.
Finji,
and published by Finji. That game's looking amazing, and and all the way up to big studios. So like we showed Black Desert, which is from a big studio in Korea, and
is that ID at Xbox?
Yeah, it's
cool. Because I didn't know anything about that game.
And why would you? You know what I mean? Like we love the program. It's a great developer program, but for fans, they just want to play great games. And so, it's awesome.
It's amazing the games that you find and how you curate that stuff. Is it getting easier, do you think, to sort of find these games because they're coming to you more and more now, I guess, because they've seen the success?
We always are trying to work hard, so like I wouldn't say it's getting easier because we're always trying to do better. But yeah, like it's been awesome to see just developers come to us, or so, like Greg just mentioned, like we're at shows like this, like meeting with everybody, trying to like see what's cool. But it's great when you get to like you go to a PAX and you see a game like Tunic, and you're just like, okay, that game is that game's special. Like everybody needs to know about that game, and you start talking and talk about the opportunity on Xbox, and then like now it's on stage at E3, and like everybody knows about it, and that is like super rad.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing story with that game, and again, like all the ID at Xbox stuff that you guys have continued to work on, and even I look at a smaller independent developer like Ninja Theory.
Yeah,
now part of the family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Or Compulsion. So
exactly.
We Happy Few we put on stage as an ID at Xbox game.
Exactly,
and then now fast forward a couple years, and they like join the Microsoft Studios family. So that's like. It makes me feel.
That's what's cool.
It's awesome.
It's like two sort of indie studios now becoming a part of Microsoft, and what I love about that is it feels like Phil is signaling that like you guys can have smaller studios.
Yeah,
they don't have to be hundreds of people and massive Halo studios.
Phil said it. It's about diversity of content and diversity of just like what the games are like, what the styles are like, what the play is like, and not every studio needs to be a 300-person studio. And I'm super excited to see what obviously Ninja Theory and Compulsion and everybody else do.
Well, it's awesome to see how you guys have continued to support the independent developer. Any other big highlight ID Xbox games we should look out for E3? Talked about Sessions, talked about Cuphead.
I think Ashen is really cool, which I think they were just here a second ago. So that's going to be launching soon. So we're super excited about that one. And there's a ton. Like keep watching. You'll get to see.
I was going to say there's more to come. You guys had amazing that sizzle reel of a lot of those small. I gotta look.
So there was
that.
a bunch of games in there, and somebody like was tweeting me, and they're like, "What was this game? Like, what's going on with this one?" I'm like, keep watching. I think there were some really special games in there that I don't want to just single one out, but like watch that sizzle reel, and I think you're seeing like where some of the hits of the future are coming from for sure.
I want to ask you also about Game Pass, which Ashley was talking about. Are the indie games, is that going to be a bigger part of Game Pass moving forward, do you think?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of games from independent developers in Game Pass now. What Ashley announced on stage was she announced 4 games that were going to be shipping basically day and date. So the day the game ships to buy it, it's available in Game Pass. So titles like After Party and Vermintide 2 and stuff. And I just think it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for independent developers to make sure their game's seen by tons of people, and to get that kind of like groundswell of like initial support that a game really needs to like break through and like just have the world know about it and start to play it and tell their friends and everything like that. So we think it's an awesome opportunity. Developers have been really happy about it, and for fans and players, like it's like an amazing value. So it's super cool.
Lots of good things happening at Xbox. Congrats on a good briefing.
Thanks.
Chris Charla, always a pleasure seeing you.
Great to see you.
Have a great E3.